Should be right in here. Discord, hey, how's everybody doing? Let's just make sure everything's up and going. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, good. All right. So, hey, everybody that's here today, welcome. We got a lot to unpack, guys. Welcome. Good afternoon from Brazil, Copacabana here. It's a beautiful day outside. It's a little warm. It's probably about in the 80s today. Without further ado, I'd love to hear from each and every one of you today. So what I'm going to do is, and this is for our Discord. If you're not in our Discord, you definitely should get in our Discord. Would you guys want to go ahead and move to the server general chat? Does everybody have access to the server general chat? I'm going to go ahead and make a poll real quick just to make sure. Let's see here. Let's add a poll. Discussion. Okay, awesome. Thank you, my brother. Server general chat. Executive chat. Or we'll put trading chat. Okay, because I want you guys to be a part of it today. So if everybody could go just for a moment and go and poll real quick on Discord to where you guys want to have today's discussion. I have a lot to unpack today, a lot of new information for you guys, a lot. I have been behind the scenes doing a lot of research, networking, figuring out what's going on. And, nobody's got a crystal ball, but I do have a lot to unpack today, and I want you guys to be involved in that. So let's see here. Okay, executive chat we've got so far. Okay, so for right now, we'll go to the executive chat. If anybody has any other questions, executive chat works great. Any chat that you guys would like. I see executive chat so far. Okay, great, cool. Today I just want to talk about just a few of our just general readings right now. And these are just general gauges on the market. So the fear and greed, we're starting to slip back into neutrality. And we're also, possibly going to slip into fear possibly quite soon. As you guys see, we are nowhere near an altcoin season. I think that has been the biggest topic for this cycle. And a lot of people have asked me, they've said, is there going to be an altcoin season? Okay, I will tell you something. This cycle is different. Okay, I've talked to a lot of people. I've talked to people that have been in this for many, many years, a decade plus. And, what I will say is, it's easy for everyone to say, for the people that were able to get Bitcoin at a lower price, it's easier for them to say, we all, told you Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin's always, the winner. That is true to some extent, but here's the thing, is with Bitcoin's price now, right, you're not looking to get a 20x, a 30x immediately, right? Now, all bets are off if that's going to happen in the future. We can't tell the future. But I will say this cycle has been very, very different in the fact that we have not had a true altcoin season. And in fact, we had a few altcoin season rallies. And what that means is basically Bitcoin dominance dropped. We had a brief moment where the altcoin season radar peaked. We had more interest in altcoins. Retail was there, and we started seeing some explosion across the board in altcoins. Now, so what I want to get to is a few things. I've written something in Word, okay, that I want to go over with you guys. That is in relation to the altcoin market. There's two big things going on, okay? One is monetary policy has not been in favor, right? Oh, everybody says that, right? I mean, come on, how easy is it to say that? Well, the thing is the U.S. debt ceiling, and I want to put this in very clear terms, is after COVID, the United States printed crazy amounts of money, okay? The average interest just on the U.S. debt alone is around $2 trillion, okay? Now, there has been a lot of talk recently, okay? And the talk is regarding, are we going to, get this explosive altcoin season? Are we going to, you see people on, Twitter all the time, altcoin season, altcoin season, altcoin season, altcoin season. I think they want to speak it into existence at some point. The issue here is that global liquidity is not tightly correlated with the altcoin market, right? Global liquidity, is a great tool to use when it comes to overall liquidity in the markets, Bitcoin. But when we look at the altcoin market, right, we are looking for other various monetary policy changes that are going to put excess money in the pockets of investors. When more money is flowing through the economy, more money is being lent for cheaper prices, people take more risk. That is where altcoins come in. There's more risk, higher reward. Well, this cycle I have completely rethought, and for those that have been following me, I haven't had to rethink everything because I caught this trend last year. I made sure not to have a 30, 40 token portfolio. I kept less than 10 portfolio. Now, of course, I have done memes in and outs and various things. But as far as my core holdings, I have tried to keep it as minimalistic as possible. What I want to bring up to the group today, and we're going to look, and I want to hear from you guys, please, some questions. Yeah, I appreciate that, my brother. And hey, man, ask me, tell me what's going on with you guys. What are some questions you guys have? One of the things I wanted to go into today is what is different from today in this cycle from the 2020-2021 cycle. Well, one thing, for instance, is meme coins. Did you guys know that there's meme coins being created roughly every 10 to 15 seconds? And recently, one of my warning flags went off as far as trading meme coins. Whenever multiple meme coins hit a 200K cap, and then they are complete rug pulls, that's your sign to kind of chill out with meme coin trading at that time. There's being meme coins that are created all the time, and they're consistently thousands and thousands and thousands of meme coins. And what it seems to me that is a big difference, and some people may overlook this as being small, is we have a true dilution in the market, and we have a psychological change amongst the populace, okay? For instance, when I first got into the Bitcoin community, it was more heavily oriented in Bitcoin. Now, since then, meme coins have became the new tech, so to speak. Before people were interested in the tech, Bitcoin was obviously the front runner, the stone, the hedge, the go-to. But what fascinated people was Ethereum, the programmable money, Chainlink, interoperability. These niches really caught people's attention, and people wanted to put their money there. Nowadays, you put cat with mask, and you already have a $20 million market cap. Now, could you imagine all the memes that have a 7 million, 20 million, 30 million, 10 million, 100 million, 60 million, 500,000, thousands of these meme coins? If that just went into the core altcoins that are actually doing something in this space, think about that liquidity. Okay? And so we are dealing with a different cycle here. Okay? Now, what I do want to say is we have some positive things as well. So Tom Lee, as you guys may know, he's a pretty famous guy. He does a lot of stock analysis. Tom Lee believes we are due for a face melt up rally. While on the other hand, we have a lot of people that are cautiously optimistic, buying that summer lows, sell in May, go away, June, July, right? The summer lows. Also, on top of that, Jerome Powell is in a tight spot, okay? Now, there is contention there, okay? You have the European Union cutting, you have China stimulating, the European Union stimulating, Canada stimulating, you name it, everyone's stimulating but the United States economy. Well, whether that's a rift between Jerome Powell and Donald Trump is yet to be said. But what I will say is that going forward in this cycle, okay, we have not reached euphoria. I think I can speak for the group here, okay? In every bull cycle, it is characterized by optimism, thrill, euphoria. I would beg to say that we are somewhere in the optimism stage, if anything. And I would say in the lower end of that, right? And for instance, guys, I just want to bring this up. I'm going to bring up a few cryptocurrencies to discuss here. Render, okay? When Bitcoin was $60,000, $70,000, Render, people were begging to get it under $10 a token. It's $3 and change right now. Celestia was a $20 token. Do you know it had? You're talking about it's hard for Bitcoin to have 7 weeks of green candles. Celestia had almost 20 weeks of green candles. I mean, just literally God candle all the way up to $20. The problem is altcoins are putting in some of the lowest lows that they've put in all cycle. And what are we going to do about it, right? This is what our group is going to do about it, okay? We are going to be scanning every opportunity that there is, okay? We are not marrying our bags, okay? And trust me, I will be the first one to tell you, let's take profit here and move to something else. So throughout this process, we are going to be analyzing where we are and what we are going to be doing. So today, I'd like to bring up one cryptocurrency that I believe is in a strong demand zone and buy zone. This is the only low cap cryptocurrency I keep, okay? And that's C-Pool Finance, okay? They're doing real things, okay? They have millions and millions of dollars of loans, okay? we know RWA is going to be, in my opinion, a very, very great play cycle. And as you can see, if you look over here, look at the baseline. I mean, we're back basically to our baseline. If we only, from right here, go back up and touch all-time highs, is a just touch it is a 6x. Okay, and we can honestly be looking to even surpass that depending on the cycle. So I'm looking at cryptocurrencies that have utility. The reason being is I believe this cycle will be characterized by less risk appetite. I know. So let me give you an example. If you're new to this cycle, welcome. You're here to stay. Don't quit, and you'll win. I promise you. I don't work anymore. I lost a lot, but I won more because I didn't quit. I lost some days I wanted to cry, but I didn't quit. I stayed, and I don't work anymore. Okay? So just don't quit is my advice to you. So what I'm getting at here is there's going to be some niches that are going to run. And when they are, our group's going to be ready. One I am DCing into right now, okay? I'm setting spot limit buys at the 10.101 level and 11 cents level for C pool, okay? Because that gives me a clear, even if we reach those highs, a 6x, okay? And it is one of the top RWA coins that's actually doing real world stuff, okay? It's got great backers, okay? So I'm going to be going over a few different cryptocurrencies that I am heavily eyeing and why I'm heavily eyeing them and what I'm kind of expecting from them. So the XDC Foundation was a part of it, Mantle, but here's the big ones: Hashkey, Arrington, Wintermute, Sequoia, very great backers. Tokenomics are not bad. They have about 3 billion tokens in circulation. And so Clearpool Finance is my RWA play along with Axelar. So we've been over Axelar, right? So we've been over Axelar. Axelar has some of the best. It has Binance Labs, Polychain, Coinbase, you name it, it has the best. Dragonfly Capital, it has the best of the best backers. Okay? It has not done so great, okay? But if it makes it to its all-time high, just if it retraces, just goes back to its all-time high. This is incorrect data, by the way. It did go to $3. You can check on Kraken. If it goes back 30, 60, 90, 120, we're looking at over a 7 to 8x, okay, for it to go back just to its all-time high, okay. The token distribution is not bad, and due to the fact that they did the Cobalt upgrade, which actually is a burning mechanism, which they had in the roadmap in 2024. I actually talked to an Axelar intern. So that's going to be burning the excess supply because they were rewarding more Axel tokens to connect more blockchains, because Axelar connects the most blockchains out of any interoperability platform and is actually considered the safest, even over Chainlink. But it just has not been around as long as Chainlink. The reason why I'm bidding on Axelar is because of stable coins. Axel already has a USDC pair. Check this out. Some people don't know this. Let me see. It'll probably be here. Let's see. So as you guys see right here, Axel already has an Axel USDC pair, okay? So as you see, they're already incorporated with Circle, okay? They're already incorporated with some of the best backers. Okay, so I am looking to DCA into Axelar. I'm looking into DCA into Seapool, as well as, guys, Caspa. Now, the reason why I look at Caspa is it has it's a proof of work. It has a strong community. It has great tech, and the community is very strong. Okay, it's already managed to get a tier one listing. There's talks of USDC coming on to Caspa, stable coins coming into Caspa. We know they have the KII, the Caspa Industrial Initiative. So we know that, there's some catalysts, right? And that's what I look for, some catalysts, right? Now, another one that this one, me and Connor were in this one. And you guys, no surprise for those that have been with us, and you guys are in it too and already up on it, is Moonwell. Okay, Moonwell was slept on. It even got a Kraken listing. Right now is a great DCA time for Moonwell. Anywhere between 0.26 cents and 3.3. It's kind of catching support around this level, but anywhere between a 0.026 cents and 0.3 cents, 0.32 cents is a great buy. Okay, the funds and backers are absolutely phenomenal. Once again, you have Arrington, you have Coinbase, you have Robot Ventures, as well as the trading volume is not something that is spectacular. Okay, it's got about a 5 million, 4.32 million trading volume. But if we look at this, we could reasonably speculate that if Moonwell just went back to its previous all-time high at 11 cents, 369, right? So we already are looking at, give or take a minimum of a 3x just for it to go back to its all-time high, and that was not even during an altcoin season, right? So that's why Moonwell feels like one of those cryptocurrencies that has the fundamentals. It is consistently adding on. It is the governance on chain. I have mine staked. The governance on chain, they're consistently adding. They're consistently, adding new pairs. They're consistently upgrading. They're consistently, offering new API. Their APIs, they are consistently working on their protocol. And in comparison to Aave and some of the other lending platforms, Well is a great play for Base. Coinbase has a very big history with colluding with the Federal Reserve. And Well also has its own credit cards. You can get your Well credit card as a stakeholder, and you can use it anywhere in the world. And so you can put your crypto on it and spend fiat. So it has a real world use case. And I am focusing on cryptocurrencies that serve a real world purpose, that focus around either a niche, real world finance, right? Stable coins, right? Interoperability was JP Morgan, okay, which we're going to go into in a minute. I want you guys to hang in here because I have something written for you about the bond market that I want to talk to you about. Jamie Dimon specifically said in his research paper with his constituents that interoperability was going to be the most important issue. No, Chainlink is not going to get everything. And also, Chainlink does not connect half of the blockchains that Axelar does. Axelar is a diamond in the rough in my eyes. But Well, Clearpool Finance, Caspa, Axelar, these are my core holdings, and we are getting to the point that there's discounts on the board. Now, I know some of you guys may be thinking, I'm tired of buying the dips at SatoshiCheck. I'm tired. I mean, when is it going to go up? You know, listen, a lot of people are in your shoes, okay? This market is not the same as it was in 2021. I was there. I can tell you it's different. The monetary policy is very strict. Bitcoin historically has never been in a cycle with very strict monetary policy. Now, Jamie Dimon and a lot of researchers say the U.S. is heading for a recession, which would not be a far-fetched, being that China is aggressively stimulating to keep their economy from collapsing, as well as the EU and pretty much all of the world right now. Now, what the good news is we're not, unfortunately, we care about the world. That's not unfortunately, but fortunately, we do care about the world. But we also care about our investments. And during these times, I look at these as opportunities. And I want you guys to look at these as opportunities, okay? I want you guys to say, you know what? These are opportunities for me to DCA in and get these cryptocurrencies for cheap, okay? Like when I look at Celestia, that's $2.12, $2.15. That was a $20 cryptocurrency that had almost 20 weeks of God candles. Okay, we are bottoming in the altcoin market as we speak. Now, could we have some more room to go? Sure, but we're running out of room. We're almost near the bottom. That's a fact. And so, historically, right now we are seeing a mix of longs and we are seeing a mix of shorts. If we go here, okay, if we go here and look, it should just take a second. I'm sure that took a little bit longer. Okay, so while we wait on that, I'm going to go into this. So we'll go back to that in a moment. But this is one of the articles I want to read you. So right now we are dealing with just as many shorts as longs, and what that tells us is that people do not know which way the market is going to go. But I wanted to touch on some of the facts from Jamie Dimon. Okay, so a bond market crack could destabilize markets. Here's what may happen or might happen and how to protect your portfolio. So some of the key facts are you're going to see a crack in the bond market. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon said in May 30th speech at the Reagan National Economic Forum, a bond market crack could cause bond prices to plunge, boosting demand for liquidity as its supply evaporates. Dimon's view hinges on high current debt levels. Remember, our debt levels are astronomical. Rising bond yields, narrow credit spreads, and historical precedent. But market resilience and low inflation may keep Dimon's predictions from coming true. To protect your portfolios from a bond market crack, investors could exit long-duration bonds and bet on short-term treasuries. Fears of out-of-control U.S. national debt drove JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon to predict a bond market crack, according to Wall Street Journal. You're going to see a crack in the bond market, okay, Dimon said during a May 30th interview at the Reagan National Economic Forum in California. It's going to happen. Dimon's prediction raises many questions. What is a bond market crack, and why does Dimon think one is coming? Will Dimon's prediction come true? Can investors protect their portfolios from a bond market crack? Here are some quick answers, okay? So I'm just going to go into this for a moment because I believe this is super important for the group to know. So in defense of his prediction, which he said could happen in the next 6 years, right? He was like, I don't know if it's going to happen next month, 6 months, 6 years. That's how he stated it. Diamond cited the 2.7 trillion addition to the U.S. budget deficit predicted by 2035 if the recently passed House tax legislation becomes law, noted the journal. Diamond could be right. By adding to the 36 trillion national debt, the possibility of this measure becoming law prompted Moody's to strip the U.S. of its AAA credit rating. Not only that, we have been stripped of our U.S. credit rating by all three agencies at this point, and it's the first time that's happened since 1920. Okay, that is horrible. A credit rating and resulted in tepid demand for 10-year Treasury auction in May, as noted in Forbes. The wide range of uncertainty about when such a break would happen reflects how sudden financial crises tend to be. We're talking about psychological tipping points. Asset managers from PGIM's chief economist Dilip Singh told the New York Times, no one can be too confident about how close we are to those tipping points when suddenly the momentum just takes on a life of its own. Okay, a bond market break is not inevitable. Modest economic growth forecasts, controlled inflation, fairly stable 10-year bond predictions all suggest the bond market could be resilient. Now, go into here. This is what I wrote for you guys, okay? So, this is what I want to go into. So, the term bond market crack refers to a significant disruption in the bond market, okay, characterized by sharp declines in bond prices, rapidly rising yields, and potential liquidity issues, often triggered by economic policy or market-specific factors such as an event that can destabilize financial markets and have far-reaching implications for the broader economy, including the stock market. And that's what we're worried about, guys, the crypto market, stock market. Below, I outline the concept of a bond market crack, its potential causes, implications for the bond market falling apart, and its impact on the stock market, focusing on the context of the 2025 information that I have. Okay, so what is a bond market crack? A bond market crack describes a scenario where bond prices plummet, causing yields, which move inversely to prices, to spike, and market liquidity to potentially dry up, making it difficult to buy or sell bonds without significant price impacts. This can be driven by 1. Rising interest rates. When central banks like the Federal Reserve raise interest rates, new bonds offer higher yields, reducing the value of existing bonds with lower yields, okay, leading to price declines. Number 2, fiscal concerns, unsustainable government deficits. We are at an all-time high on our deficit, and high debt levels. For example, U.S. debt at 124% of GDP in 2024, projected to hit 130% soon, can erode investor confidence, prompting bond sell-offs as investors demand higher yields to compensate for perceived risks. In English, that means other countries and entities are saying we want higher interest because it's more risky to invest in the U.S. right now. Plain English. Number 3, inflation fears, tariffs, trade wars, or other policies that could drive inflation. Trump's 2025 tariff policies reduce the real value of fixed bond payments, leading investors to sell bonds, pushing yields higher. Also, the dollar losing the safe haven asset status. Traditionally, U.S. Treasuries are seen as safe haven assets, with demand rising during stock market turmoil. In 2025, reports indicate Treasuries are not behaving as expected. And why do you guys think they are pushing for the Stablecoin Act and the Genius Act, and why I am so heavily bullish on Axlar and the stablecoin narrative and the interoperability narrative? This is why. So reports indicate Treasuries are not behaving as expected, with prices falling alongside stocks, signaling a break in historical stock-bond correlation. There's also been liquidity issues in the market, guys. Liquidity issues, heavy selling by investors, including hedge funds, unwinding leveraged positions, right? An example, like basis trade can overwhelm market makers, causing volatility and wilder um, bid-ask spreads, as seen in April 2025 sell-offs, reminiscent of the 2020 COVID era dash for cash. I don't know if you guys remember that or were in the financial markets at the time, but everybody remembers the dash for cash. Causes of a potential bond market crack in 2025 is the U.S. fiscal policy and debt levels. The U.S. national debt is projected to grow significantly with a 1.9 trillion budget deficit in 2025 and estimates of 2.5 trillion by 2035. A House bill potentially adding 2.6 to 4 trillion to the deficit has raised alarm. The big beautiful bill. And that has also been a part of why Moody's has downgraded the U.S.'s credit score. And we've went over kind of the main factors of this. This is going to be posted in Discord for everyone. Okay. Now, back to this. Let's see here. Not sure why that didn't want to come up. So, here, let's see. Crypto bubbles. That's okay. I'm not going to focus on that. So, guys, before we leave today, I am just going to go over some thoughts in my head, guys. So, as the market sees a correction, this is what I am going to be focused on for the group. Okay. Not only leverage trades, but we will be taking profit. As you guys know, Tyler mentioned right now may not be the best time where everybody's the most excited and everybody's like, just don't give up, okay? Everybody always gives up. Not everybody, not the people that have strong will, but many people give up right before, right? That's the capitulation, right? They give up right before the magic happens. So, guys, there is nothing saying, there's data and the monetary policy currently may not be in our favor right now, but there's nothing to say that there won't be a catalyst that occurs that pushes us into the next high, the next altcoin season rally, right? And what our group is doing is positioning, okay, to get ahead of the trends. Recently, I posted Taurus AI. Why? Because it's an AI niche on Solana, okay? It has some integration with Apple. I believe it can do fairly well. It has the branding, it has the audience, and it is doing some real world application uses. I want us to have some exposure to AI. Remember, everything I say is not financial advice, but I do try to pick the best possible cryptocurrencies that have the best possible chance to do well in this cycle. And I am focusing solely on core utility projects. I believe meme coins are here to stay, and I will be posting trending meme coins. Now, when the market is in a lull, where it's like this and it's just kind of bouncing back and forth, you don't want to be bidding high on a bunch of things, right? Sometimes patience is rewarded. But this week, we have a lot to look forward to, okay? And this is why I'm going to tell you. I am going to be coming out with a full list of DCA projects. But with that list, I am going to have another sector of top new research cryptocurrencies that could be potential short-term trades going into the bull market. So our group is going to be fully prepared, okay, to the best of our ability, okay, and none of this is financial advice, but I will do my best to make sure our group is positioned to capitalize off of the central bank policy. Right now, there is not too much to talk about. You know, they always say bears sound smart until they don't. Okay? I am not bearish. Okay? The reason why I'm not bearish is this cycle, retail has not came back yet, which is very strange because Bitcoin's at pretty much all-time highs, but retail has not came back yet. And so I am not bearish right now, okay? In fact, I am bullish and I am happy because this is giving an opportunity to grab cryptocurrencies at a great price. Now, I will also be posting every single time when I'm choosing to DCA into a cryptocurrency, okay? And so that's going to be on there for you guys. Did anybody have any specific um, questions, anything that you guys want, anything that's came to your mind? I will be posting this week about the bond market, about our current economic status, okay? And I will be posting trades, okay? So I appreciate everyone's support. Every single post that I've made has had great support. You guys have been great. You know, moving forward, we're going to keep working together. Sometimes times can be slow, okay? But that's okay, okay? Because patience is rewarded, and I want you guys to always remember that patience is rewarded. So I am going to get out of here for the day. I wish you all the best, okay? And I will be back with you guys soon. I'll be posting some trades, some DCAs, and we will get into it, and we are going to rock this cycle, guys. You believe that, okay? When it's go time, it's go time, all right? So with that being said, I will be out of here. And I was out for a few days. As you can hear, my voice is kind of a little stuffy. Um, and I'm going to talk to you guys for a few minutes while you guys are here. I just sent out a message to you guys. So, yes, it's keep up to date. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. No, you know, what I do now is research. I'm in Brazil. I've retired in crypto. I research all day long, and I love to do it. I do this for you guys, and I love to be here. And I'm looking for opportunities all the time. Just because something hasn't been posted doesn't mean I won't find an opportunity next week that could be 100x, right? Because that's what we are going. That's what I do is do everything I can for myself and for this group. So maybe not all of them are going to 100x overnight, but all you need is one good trade to change your whole entire life. And I want you guys to remember that. And I promise you to give you 100% of that, 100% of me. And I will always be giving you guys updates on when I am going into trades, when I'm leaving trades, when I'm taking profit. Okay, you guys will know if I'm taking profit on my aerodrome, if I'm taking profit on my Moonwell, if I'm taking profit on Clearpool. You guys are going to get the message. Okay, so don't worry. I have not taken any profit recently because I'm not in. You know, if we get to a point, I may say, hey, look, let's put some trailing stops out. Not financial advice, but get possibly like a 40%, move on to the next. Depending how the market goes, strategies can always be adjusted. But for right now, I have not taken any profit on those just yet. But we will be getting in the routine of taking profit. But the market's just a little up and down right now. We're gonna sit with patience. We're gonna study. We're gonna make sure we have everything calculated. We are gonna do the best that we can. I will be keeping you guys up to date. I appreciate you all for tuning in today. And I will post that bond market read for you guys in the Discord. Okay, everyone, thank you for tuning in and talk to you guys soon, okay? Thank you for the support. I appreciate you guys. Okay. Have a great day or evening. Okay. All right. I'm out for now.